Chapter 4. Desperate Measures. With the disappearance of Ben and the emergence of a malevolent force, the group was thrust into a predicament. Dr. Hale, burdened by guilt, suggested a reversal of the summoning ritual. A belief rooted in desperation, a last-ditch effort to banish the entity and secure their survival. Underneath a blood-red moon, they conducted the ritual. An electric charge filled the air. The forest fell into a deafening silence, as if bracing for what was to come. But the entity was far from defeated. Materializing as a whirlwind of shadows, a void in the fabric of light, it made its presence known. Dr. Hale was the first to fall, his screams slicing through the night as the entity swallowed him whole. Paralyzed by fear, the students then grasped the true magnitude of their predicament. Chapter 5. Escape and Aftermath. Dawn brought a fleeting sense of relief. The entity receded, leaving the forest transformed, its once comforting arms now a stifling snare. Guided by a primal urge to survive, the group found their way out of the woods. Their journey was wordless, each ensnared in their private grief, mourning the loss of Dr. Hale and Ben, and the innocence they had forfeited. The authorities combed the forest but found no sign of Dr. Hale or Ben. The students' tale was met with disbelief, the truth too extraordinary to be accepted. They returned to their old lives, indelibly scarred by their ordeal, the weight of unanswered questions a persistent shade. Chapter 6. The Unseen Passenger. In the aftermath of their return, Lucas's demeanor took a worrying turn. Haunted by nightmares, his rest shattered by visions of shadows engulfing him. The group noticed the shift, but attributed it to the shared trauma. The reality, however, was that Lucas was losing a battle against the entity that had marked him as its host. The entity whispered bleak thoughts, coaxing Lucas to surrender to his anger and bitterness. It feasted on his negative emotions, growing more potent with each passing day. Alarm set in amongst the group as Lucas's lucid moments dwindled, his eyes occasionally flashing a deep, unnatural black. Chapter 7. Fracture. The strain of Lucas's condition began to splinter the group's bond. Ethan, recognizing the severity of Lucas's decline, confronted him. The confrontation escalated, ending with Lucas's eyes turning an inky black, revealing the demon within. The truth was irrefutable. The entity had not been banished but had found a new host. Confronted with this new reality, the group scoured ancient texts and rituals in a desperate search for a solution. But the knowledge they sought was elusive. Sensing their intent, the entity began to isolate Lucas, further fracturing the group's unity. In conclusion, the unseen can be more terrifying than the seen. The entity, a dark force, consumed their friend and fractured their unity. They faced an uphill battle against an unseen foe, their lives forever changed by their encounter with the entity. If you enjoyed this narrative, do like, share and subscribe. Until next time, ponder on this. What unseen forces shape your life?